Welcome to COM125 Interpersonal Communication. My name is Marlene Adzima and I will be your instructor for this course. I'd like to take a few minutes to show you around the course so that you're able to find everything that you need to have a successful course experience. You can see here along the top there's these various tabs, and we'll go through each of these tabs and explain how you'll use them in the course. If you start right here at the course home button, this will bring you to the news item. Sometimes the news item for that week should display for you, but if it doesn't, simply click on this arrow and click Go to News Tool or News Item. You'll see the news item for that week displayed. I will post a new news item each week on Wednesday. Our course content runs Wednesday through Tuesday, so at the start of each week on Wednesday, you'll see that week's news item. I put all the pertinent course information for that week in the news item. So you can see here each week you'll see a to-do list with information about what you need to do in terms of reading, discussions, what's due that week, etc. If you scroll down, you'll see that week's learning objectives, an overview of those, and then content for that particular week. So it's very important that you take the time to read through the news item as you start each week's content. If we move down here, let me just view this as a student so I can show you the student perspective. Here's the content button. The content is where all pertinent course information will be stored. So if you look here along the left, you'll see that the table of contents is divided into different modules. This little number here refers to the number of items within that module. So obviously you found this module, the Start Here button, some information about me. You want to make sure that you print the syllabus and read it thoroughly. All the course policies and information are outlined in the syllabus. Specific contact information for me, you can contact me through D2L, or I also have my contact information here with my Red Rocks email address and phone number. Email is the preferable way for communication, so like I said, you can email me through D2L or in the course. If you look down here, as you go through the modules, you'll see each week's module for the course here, and you want to start each week after you look at the news item by clicking on that module. You'll see at the top of the module a to-do list, so if you click on that, this is the same to-do list that is in the news item. So this just gives you an overview within the table of contents as to what's due that week. If you look here, you'll also see links to things that are due that week. So for example, any discussions that are due, quizzes, videos that need to be watched, etc. will be linked in that week's module. So if you move down, you can see the different weeks. You just click on it, you see the module. So again, you click on the to-do list to see what's due that particular week. You can then go back along these tabs and click on the tab to move back into that week's module. Discussion questions, videos, journals, so any written assignment that's due will be linked to the Dropbox, and then you'll see a copy of that assignment in there as well, and then you simply upload your Word document right from here. You can also view the week's content, discussions, Dropbox, and quizzes using these bars along the top, and I'll show you how to do that. If you continue to move down, here's another copy of our discussion guidelines. It's also in the syllabus. Make sure you read this. The different assignments that we have due in here, the different written assignments, quiz reviews, web links. I linked to a fair number of websites in the course. There's also additional web links there, extra credit options, slideshows that correspond with the chapters of the textbook, although it's very imperative that you read the textbook chapters as the slideshows are not comprehensive, and then the course evaluation. So that's the information that's under the Content tab. The class list here is a list of the students in the class. You can click on that. I'm at the top here, so if you needed to email me, you can simply click on my name and click on email. That'll email through D2L, and so that will come directly to me through D2L, or you can email me at our Red Rocks address. Here's our discussion list. So these discussions are also linked in the course content. You can see here that the weekly discussions run Wednesday to Tuesday, with first discussion post due by Sunday, and then 2 peer responses due by Tuesday of each week. Each response should consist of at least 150 words. Here is the rubric that I will use to grade your discussion responses each week. this is also linked in the discussion questions, and so you can see that rubric by clicking on the discussion question here, and then there's a link to the rubric there as well. So that's the interactive version of that rubric you can see there. And so what's important to know about the discussions is that once your first post is due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m., once you have posted that first response, you'll have an opportunity. I'll provide some feedback midweek generally, and there'll be an opportunity to edit that initial response if you have not maybe you didn't meet all the requirements. So you can view that feedback for the discussion, and if you choose to edit your initial response, edit it on that. And I have information on how to do that in the syllabus. So again, first post due by Sunday, 2 peer responses per question due by Tuesday of each week. Here's the Dropbox. The Dropbox, you can see here all the assignments that are due in the class, as well as the assignment descriptions. You can also see the due dates for each assignment. So you're always welcome to hand work in early, but certainly it needs to be handed in by that due date. And again, you can click on that. Here's a copy of the attachment for the assignment, which is also in the content section. And here you simply add a file, upload your file, and click submit. Any written work that you hand in, even though you're putting it in a Dropbox with your name on it, you also want to make sure to put your name at the top of the written work. So you can take a look through the Dropbox there. Here's a link to our quizzes. And again, the quizzes are linked in the weekly modules, but you can also access them here. You can see the end date for each quiz. You're welcome to complete the quizzes early if you choose, but they must be completed by the date. And so you just simply click on the quiz to access the quiz, and then you can go ahead and start the quiz when you're ready. So you can see here you have an hour for this quiz. You hit start when you're ready. So there's the information for the quizzes. Here's where you can see your grades. So if you click on this tab, you'll see a list of the graded materials for the course. I will enter your grade here, so you'll be able to see your point and weight value for each grade in the course. So you should be able to do a good job of keeping track of how you're doing in the course and what your grades look like. So again, you start each week at the course home button with the news item for that week, and then each week's requirements are listed under each weekly module as well in the content section. That about covers it. I'm thrilled to have you in the course, and I look forward to a great semester. Thank you.